Okay, hello everybody. I just wanted to have a couple of minutes, and I'm sure some of you have, these are small cuttlefish, but some of you guys have bought cuttlefish already and have worked with cuttlefish. First thing I always say to people, if you have an option, try to avoid ones like this. See that giant scar in there? They can be good and they can be very bad. The good part is they do alter the texture so you can get this really neat difference. However, they can also cause problems. This is usually a sign of rot and water damage. This crack here means that's going to break off, so this cuttlefish probably isn't going to be very good for much. Again, a little bit of water damage, so it's dried out and then gotten wet again, probably a couple times. This crack here, also going to be a problem, and another scar here. I'm going to sand these so you can see what I'm talking about. This one, very subtle. See if I can show that to you. Right there, you can just see across here. It's a little hairline fracture. I can assure you that'll go across here. Never use a cuttlebone that has that in it inside your design area. It will show up in your casting. This cuttlebone, nothing wrong with it. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Some of you have asked me, have said you bought cuttlefish and you're ready to go and you're roaring to go. One of the first things you'll notice is I never, ever, ever recommend sandpaper. I also never recommend that you do the mating style, which is sanding them against each other. Sandpaper and the mating gets dust everywhere. I'm going to grab a saw frame here. The problem with doing either of those is, remember, cuttlebone dust is carcinogenic, right? It's also fine particulate, so it gets in your lungs and it does not leave your lungs. It can cause lots of problems over time, so be very wary. I'm going to cut this one in half. See how that broke? That's because of that crack that I mentioned a moment ago. I'm just going to put this over here. So I use a honeycomb soldering block. Now this one here is good on this side. This side here, I don't know if you can see that big, yep, you can see that big groove across here. That's from students who have sanded all the way down to the hard part and have done this and gouged the soldering block, soldering pad. You must remove the edge if it's getting close to the sanding area. Now, what I want you to watch is nice and clean under here. Very little dust. I've already cleaned my work area. I set this on a bit of an angle. Two things you're going to notice. One, perfectly flat. Let me just get this out of here. That's my dust. Total control. But look how perfectly flat that is. And although this cuttlebone is no good, I'm going to sand the other side of it just so you can see. I always have it on a bit of an angle so that it can, look at how perfect that fits together. So if you bought cuttlefish, brand new one of these, this is a 5x7, worth the $15 all day long. Now, I'm just going to sand this one so you can see how that scar is going to work. And you can see on this side it's quite damaged. It's also harder, so if you were doing the mating style, where you're rubbing them against each other, it's going to cause one side to cut into the other side more. Now, this is that damaged area, the brown area. I suggest you get one of these cuttlebone just so you can see how different it is. Now, this is that scarred area. I'm going to try to zoom in here for you. You can see how the pattern in this area varies so greatly. That can be really wonderful sometimes, and other times not so great. So what I normally do is I prepare these bones and I leave them until I have a design that suits that particular irregularity. Every irregularity will be different as well. So these are actually, to me, more valuable than the plain ones. The only other thing I wanted to show you is something that I'm going to show once, but not too often, because this is a personal thing. William, you will find this fun. So this is the one that I use at college. This is also the one that I use when I'm doing larger Cuttlebone. So, works similar to the other one. Total control of the dust. Again, perfectly flat. All my dust goes in here. I have 15 to 20 students using this all semester long. I only empty it once, the end of the semester. If you are teaching, certainly because of the health and safety concerns, you should be cautious, and using either this or the soldering block will help. I am debating whether or not I make these for sale. I might finesse them a bit more. But anyways, honeycomb soldering pad is a must. Please, for your own safety, use that. It's also better than using sandpaper or a stone block outside or whatever you've been using. It is the best thing. I've been using it for almost 20 years. It's the best thing I've found yet, other than this guy here, but such is life. I hope this has been helpful, and I don't want to give away all my secrets because I would like people to buy my book, but whatever, such is life. Good luck, guys.